All right, hello. I think I'm on. Sorry about the late notice here. YouTube is giving me issues on when I can do my live videos. I try to schedule this so that more people would know, and I'm going to give it a minute because I know nobody's going to be watching. But usually I schedule them ahead of time, and for some reason, like I said, Sunday I tried to do it, and they said, you must put in a future date. And I went, I did. I put it in for Tuesday today. I checked my dates. I checked my time. It would say, you have to put in a future date. And I was like, I am, dude. So then I tried last night, and it wouldn't let me do it. And then tonight, it won't let me do it. It keeps saying, you have to put in a future date. I am. 7:30 is the future, but oh well. We'll just start it. Got a lot of things to do anyway. So let's see. I need someone to check and make sure the video is working because let me know if it's working because last time it wasn't. Oh, wow. Look at this. Already got people. Okay, good. So I'm guessing you guys can hear me, right? You can see me. Video's going okay. Fine. There. That's a question I'm posting in the chat. Good. Like I said, with the Prince of the Universe, when the replay came back, it was all like spotty and jagged. Was that what it was like yesterday on the live? Anyone who was there for the live Prince of the Universe, was it like that throughout the whole video? Were we like jerky and everything? I don't know. Maybe this is where I ask you questions, not you ask me questions. But all right. So, hello, Anderson. There we go. Hello, Mr. Anderson. All right. So anyway, we are going to answer some of your questions here. And Brendan, you are going to win the night on questions here. I'll be answering the questions on the channel first, and then right here on the live chat Q&A. Brendan, your opinion on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict? Yes, I was hoping someone would ask me about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. No comment. I love it. I love it. Let's see. Do you give more credence to the Jedi Code or the Sith Code? Actually, neither. I think both of them are flawed. And is the Jedi Code meant to be taken literally, is what you put right underneath that. Yes. When you said, and it's somewhere on here where, hey, Spencer, just saw you. Say hello. It's where the Jedi Code is wrong. And I can't, let me see if you put it down here. I can't remember. You had the question on here, Brendan. You asked a lot of questions. Hello. But there is no emotion. There is only peace. You said, are we supposed to take that literally? And that's where I think the Jedi went wrong. I think the Jedi should have allowed love, and they tried to be this robot, which, to be honest, that was a George Lucas thing. And if you think about it, it doesn't make sense. The Jedi should be allowed to love, and because they couldn't be allowed to love, that's what led to their downfall, right? If Anakin hadn't kept his thing secret with Padme, it wouldn't have stirred up more animosity and a divide within him and the Jedi Order. So I think it was flawed. I think both codes, obviously the Sith code's flawed, of course, right? So let's see. But yeah, neither one of those codes I would give more credence to. I think they're both flawed. I mean, they're fine as, codes and mantras go. But to me, I think they're both flawed. Do you feel like the Force Unleashed storyline was shoehorned in there? Force Unleashed, I do not think is what I do not feel that. Now, here's a question for you, Brendan, and anyone online. Did you feel that Force Unleashed was shoehorned in to the storyline, meaning they never mentioned anything about Starkiller before, and it's during a very busy period already, just because they wanted Darth Vader a part of it? But I don't feel so, because we don't get to see things from Darth Vader's point of view during the Rebellion era. We hear a lot of stories about Luke, Leia, and Han, but not much about what was going on with Darth Vader. And it makes sense that he's trying to get one apprentice after the next to overthrow Palpatine. I feel that that is possibly something that is I think it was a possibility. So I didn't feel that way, but Brandon, I will tell you this. There were some stories I felt were like, nah, you just shoehorn this in here. We haven't gotten to any of them yet. There's one that definitely felt shoehorned that I have problems with. Some of the Clone Wars, well, that wasn't really shoehorned. I don't know. I'm having trouble coming up with an answer for that. But there were some things I did not like. Like, Dawn of the Jedi. I thought that was I didn't think they shoehorned it in there. I just thought it was way unnecessary for us to go back tens of thousands of years before Star Wars. Who cares, right? Or maybe some of you care, but I didn't care for it. It was all right, but, you know. Anyway, the other one. Brandon, this is a great question. You think it's odd for Skynet to choose to make it choose to make an infiltration unit big and muscular with a German accent? Actually, I think Arnold, he's not German, is he? He's what is he? I can't remember, but no, that is kind of funny. But you know, that's who they cast. All right, few questions here. Who's this? This is Josh Farr. Man, yeah, you almost have posted these questions today. I didn't know. This is 3 days ago. Holy cow. I didn't see these. These didn't pop up on my feed. So when Legends is continued, do you think the new books will still be released in hardback form? I would hope so. I think Del Rey would release 1 or 2 in hardback. I think there would be some paperbacks too. But to be honest, even if they release it in paperback, you know things like Science Fiction Book Club is going to bring it out in hardback. So I think we would have a hardback form of it regardless. The only thing I regret we didn't have a hardback form of was the X-Wing books. For some reason, Science Fiction Book Club didn't feel like they needed to make any, and I thought that was weird because I sure would have loved to have some of those all of those in hardback. True story, I almost got them in library hardback form once. Oh, look at some of your comments here. Yeah, there we go. I wish we could have gotten a Force Unleashed 3 too, by the way. Okay, next question by Josh. Would you like to see books starring Jacen Solo set between the Unifying Force and Dark Nest going through his exile in that 5-year gap? If so, which author would you like to write it? I would love to see that. I think it has to be Troy Denning, right? Is there someone else who? I mean, there's a lot of authors who could do it, but I think that one deserves to be Troy Denning. I think, in my opinion, it would be. There could be other authors that could be good for, but I say Troy Denning. I'd love to see that. What are your thoughts on a canceled Nightfall trilogy that was meant to be part of the New Year Order series? I don't know if I'm going to talk about this. My friend Joe looked into trying to get that series and was unsuccessful. Not because they didn't want to release it. I don't think it. A lot of people used hard drives with floppy disk and a zip. Remember the zip file, the little zip disk? A lot of people back then, and this is late 90s, early 2000s, that was the thing, folks. Or you kept it on a CD-ROM. There was no cloud. There was no, what's the thing I have now? USB ports and stuff like that. There wasn't anything like that to save things. You didn't save things. And then you threw your computer away and all the old files and your CDs that you saved, you threw those away, or your data disk, you threw those away too. You don't know where they are. And that's the problem with trying to get, again, Joe Bongiorno does a fantastic job. You guys need to check out his website, StarWarsTimeline.net. I keep forgetting to mention that in my monthly updates. He has released so much unpublished material now. I think you can get all the Droids and Ewoks cartoons there now. He translated some more Droids and Ewoks children's books from Spanish to English. He's doing amazing things on that site, and there's just tons of fun stuff to look at there. But StarWarsTimeline.net, it's fantastic. And anyway, though, he tried to get the Nightfall series, but I don't think it worked out. But Joe is such a huge supporter of the expanded universe, and I mean, he is just a wonderful. I'm so blessed to have him, call him a friend. But on top of that, he's just done so much for the expanded universe ever since the Disney takeover. I don't even know if people realize how much he's done. He's probably more impactful than me, even though he's the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. He's the man behind the curtain. I'm the puppet on the string. But yeah, he's done a lot of great things. So check out his website. I know I've mentioned this before. I think the reason they should bring back Anakin Solo is because he had much potential. When you think about it, who's going to lead the Jedi Order? When Luke's not around, Ben is too young and inexperienced. I think the other Jedi Masters would fit the lead to Order. I know you are against the idea, but do you think I have valid points? Well, Josh, respectfully, I disagree. Respectfully. Sure, Anakin could have had a huge future, and yes, could have taken over the Jedi Order. But what's done is done, I feel. And I mean, can you slipstream? You know, what was that? What's it called? Slipstream through the Force back and save him? Maybe. Thankfully, they never got into time travel. I'm totally against time travel. Star Trek, that was one of the bad things about it. They had time travel, and that kind of screws up everything in a way. Depends on what kind of science fiction you like, but I didn't really like it. But I do think it was it a good call to kill off Anakin? It's debatable. It's debatable. What's done is done. You know, obviously they didn't want to. There's a story behind that, but what's done is done. And I do think Ben could eventually take it over. But yeah, you're more than welcome to take your theories. I'm not against your theory. I'm just saying that I don't even think about it. I think what's done is done. But again, no problem playing what ifs. No problem. He's Austrian. I'm sorry, looking at the notes a little late here. He's Austrian. Got it. Thank you. I knew it wasn't. I was going to say he's Czechoslovakian. I said, no, he's not. What is he? And I forgot. All right, let's see. Let's see. Sorry, I had to take a drink there. Last Jedi is decent, pretty decent, better than The Force Awakens. Is that already out? I'm sorry, I didn't know. Is it already? Did it come out this week? Last week? That's weird because Bruce didn't tell me anything yesterday, and he's usually like, "I'm gonna go see Star Wars," you know. And he talks just like that too. At least on camera. But yeah, he would have told me. I guess it did come out. I don't know. But I'm glad you liked it. Again, I'm not just because I don't watch the new movies doesn't mean I hate people who watch the new movies. I'm happy, Ham Solo, that you love the movie. Awesome. Glad you loved it. Watch the next Prince of the Universe. I'm sure Bruce is going to mention it. Any board games I'm hoping to get for Christmas, Spencer? I love it. Spencer, there's a lot of games. There's a lot of games I've kind of maybe picked up. So no, I don't trust anyone to get me games. The missus is definitely not going to get me a game. And even if she did, she wouldn't know how to because you got to go online to a board game store and order it online. And people in my family don't like ordering online. I order everything online. For presents, everyone got everything from Amazon. It arrived in a big, beautiful brown box with a smile on it. Yeah. But no one likes shopping online, so I don't even talk about it. So there's some games out there I would get if giving gift cards, the right gift cards, I'll pick some up. But right now I'm pretty okay. I picked up a pretty sweet game today on eBay that I can't wait to show off. And the thing is, I really hate the theme, but it was just so dadgum cool. I had to get it because it's just really cool. And what I say? I hate the theme. I'm not interested in the theme. Not hate the theme. I'm just not interested in the theme. But when I saw the gameplay, I was like, oh, yeah, that's going to happen. And hopefully I'll get that to the table and play it and review it because I'm super excited about it. But let's see. Whoa. Hold on. There he goes. You stay there on the question and answer. Let's get this done. What if, and this is still Josh, what would you do if Kip Durran died like this? He was taking a walk, Jar Jar Binks trips him up, and he falls down some stairs, and then Jar Jar starts jumping on him, and then sticks his tongue out his dead body. I know Kip is your favorite character. Hey, you know what, though? Here's the thing, Josh. If they would have killed off Kip Durran, would I have been upset? Heck yes, he's my favorite character. However, what's done is done. Now you can say, well, Matt, that's easy for you to say because your favorite character survived. True, that's very true. But I have had favorites of mine in the past that have died, and I hated it, but at the same time, I loved it because not everyone makes it alive. I like that grown, like Stackpole said, you want to read a safe book, pick up a Star Trek novel. And I love that comeback that he gave to someone. Black Hole, I love your cute question so much. I made it part of a Matt chat. It's on the expandeduniverse.com. You can check it out there. But I love that I love that question, so I turned it into a Matt chat. Hope you don't mind. All right, Jedi Alkalite. In one of your recent videos, you mentioned a missed opportunity for Dark Times era was no Imperial point of view story. What Imperial point of view stories would you like? Pellaeon excluded, Ozzel or Screed, or perhaps even Nita. Yeah, I'd love to see those too. And do I think characters like Drake Logan and Servis Tan deserve more stories? And I'm sorry if Severance Tan deserve more stories. I think everyone deserved more stories. But of course, there wasn't enough love to give. Yes, you're right. I did in a video. I also did on an article on Star Wars. No, I'm sorry, the expandeduniverse.com. I wrote an article about the Dark Times era, and I said there are a lot of missed opportunities. And when you told me that question, I was like, you know what? I missed an opportunity by putting in writing what I wanted to see. And I don't know why I didn't add that to that piece. And it's a great question. So to be more detailed, because when they were asking me that question, I had to be very vague about it. But for the Empire, I wanted to see stories where the Empire wasn't bad. The very beginning where you had good people. General Jan Dodonna in the Empire. Crix Madine in the Empire doing the right thing. Maybe the Empire saving a family from pirates, space pirates, or saving a planet. Like, they weren't the bad guy all the time, They had good people working for them too, or, on their side. So they didn't start off as all bad, but all we get is all bad stories. Now, sure, you can do the story where the guy finds out that how cruel, the Empire is, and he decides to flip, teams and go play for the rebels. That's totally fine. But I think a lot of Imperial stories, how about someone who just they think order is the way and they think they're right? You talk to actors, and when they talk about, like Tim Roth, when he plays a villain, he's a great movie villain. When he plays one, he thinks in his head, okay, why would this guy think he's right? He said none of his villains think they're the villain in the movie. He doesn't imagine them as the villain. They have their own warped sense of justice and how things should be handled out. Why not make it where the Empire's like, no, you get in line or you die? Believe me, we weren't strong enough in the Old Republic, and that's why they almost fell apart during the Separatists, when the Separatists attacked us. Now we're going to be strong. Now we're going to do order. Now this is for your own good because you don't know what it was like. I would love to see a story like that. I think that would be just fantastic if we saw something like that. So that would be one there. Any other ones that I would choose from? Well, we already talked about Ozzel, Nita. Obviously, they would be awesome to hear some younger stories of them. Jeff Jarrett. Who else? I think that's about it, though. I'd like to see that. Maybe a few other, stories, here and there of rebels who had flipped over, or people who were just staying with the Empire, even though they knew it was a bad thing, but they were trying to make the best of it, like Pellaeon. There had to be more than one. That's why he's so interesting, right? We love him, but he is the bad guy. But we kind of see from his point of view. Anyway, great questions there. James says, is there any hope for us? Seems very pointless. There's always hope, sir. There's always hope. What do you think about the Justice League movie? Tanner, we talked about this on Prince of the Universe Live podcast, and I thought it was total garbage. Let me make an announcement that I love the DC Universe. I love the DC Universe more than I love Marvel. I grew up, I read some Spider-Man, and that was about it. But I read everything under the sun DC, just about, even Aquaman, for crying out loud. So I, drank, ate, slept, DC comics. Loved DC. Boy, that movie was disappointing. Disappointing. Oh, okay. So James, have we made any progress? Well, James, I mean, to be honest, I mean, it's up to Lucasfilm. The progress that we make is that we keep growing more and more. It was a big day for me, or this week or past week. I think I got like 60 new subscribers, which usually happens around this time of year when Star Wars is getting big. So that should tell me that the movie's coming out, I guess. The book is selling real well. We, of course, got the Jaina Solo figure, which was selling real well. They had to block us from the votes this year to make sure the next Hasbro character, wasn't an EU character. So yeah, the movement's getting bigger. More fundraisers are being funded easily and faster than ever before. So yeah, you got to look at a lot of the points. But I mean, you look at people like, oh geez, the people from Firefly had to wait 4 years, right, to get a movie, or was it? Yeah, oh yeah, they had to wait 4 years to get a movie back, and that was a movie. We're talking about Lucasfilm opening up the books, literally, for Legends novels. And if they keep getting more and more people requesting it, and Lucasfilm says, hey, it's time for us to let everyone enjoy Star Wars. How about Star Wars for everyone? And you can't resist having an alternate storyline, but you already have one pre-ready to go. So I think over time, as long as we keep growing, when I see the movement getting stale, when I see people losing interest and numbers, kind of going down, people are just not caring anymore, that's when I would say, oh, okay, I guess we're not gathering any steam. But I just see the movement getting bigger. Every year I see more and more things popping up. So in my opinion, no. What I think of Thor, I thought, well, again, we talked about this in Prince of the Universe, but short of it is, it was good. It had too much comedy in it. Too much comedy, but it was good. What color toenail polish was Steve Rogers wearing when you guys went and saw the Justice League? Hey, Tony. Well, you know what? You should have been there. Man, I'm all the way there. I don't get to see my good friend, but that's okay. I know you're busy. I don't think he was wearing toenail polish. That dude, he cracks me up. What are you going to do when the movie comes out this week? Okay, so it is coming out this week. I saw the Last Jedi press screening. Cool. All right. Comes out this. Oh, I'm catching. Whoa, I'm behind on the. I am behind on the. Ooh, I'm very behind on the stuff. Hold on. I lost my. Whenever I try to scroll down, it'll shoot me straight down to the bottom, and then I have to go back and find my spot. That's another reason why I don't like YouTube as much when it comes to this. So it comes out Friday. How do I feel about Last Jedi? Well, like this. I feel about sorry, that's an old joke. I don't care. Thoughts on the possible Disney Fox deal coming up? I mean, everyone's upset about it, but to be honest, Fox and Disney have been friendly with each other ever since the Spider-Man thing. So, yeah, I mean, okay. Disney, the rich get richer, right? But because of that, Fox owned the distribution rights to the original Star Wars movie. So now, if that deal goes through, you will see next year. There's my prediction. If it goes through, they're going to announce the original movie releases of New Hope, Empire, and Jedi. That's what's going to happen once that deal goes through. Because Fox has the distribution rights. I can't remember, something like that, to A New Hope. But yeah, so that'll bring out the original DVDs of the trilogy, the original format version. So fans are gonna be very happy. I'll be happy. I'll buy a copy of that. Worried about net neutrality being taken away. Eventually, it'll be overturned. They'll keep net neutrality. I think they'll have to. There's so much outrage right now over it that I think they'll have to. Lords of Waterdeep and Ultimate Scheme are really fun board games. You know what, Valerie? I haven't heard of Ultimate Scheme. Lords of Waterdeep, everyone talks about. Maybe I need to give it a try. It doesn't look interesting to me, but I should give it a try. Trying to get a friend into the favorite EU and his favorite era is the prequel era. Where do you think I should start? The prequel era? Dang. I mean, Obi-Wan. I mean, Kenobi, the novel. I mean, I know that's at the tail end of the prequel era, but that's just like a super cool one. He may like Republic Commando. A lot of people love Republic Commando. I don't. He may think you're stupid if you give him Jedi Apprentice, but that series is fantastic. Some of the Darth Maul novels are pretty good. I'm looking at my collection now. Those are pretty good. Yeah, somewhere around there. If he likes comic books, go with the Republic comic books, especially when they're talking about through the Clone Wars. Those are really good too. Thoughts of Dirge. I spoke about Dirge, right? Yeah, I think I have in reviews. I like Dirge. I thought he was awesome. Here's a character who's not a Sith, but yet he can go toe-to-toe with a Jedi. I think that's great. I think that's awesome. I love that idea. I thought Dirge was a fantastic idea, not to bring in another Dark Jedi, something different. So Dirge, awesome character. How many games do I have? Maybe 150, 160. Wait. 185. There you go. I'm getting close to 200. If you don't count expansions. If you don't count expansions, probably close to 200. Snoopy, you're welcome to come over anytime and play. We had a game night. When was it? Saturday? It was really fun. I can't remember all we played. I know we ended on Firefly, which is one of my favorite games. I love that game. But I remember it impressed my friends so much when they first came that he wants to invite a whole nother group just to play Firefly. We played, I know what we played. We played Dream Home and Dice Town. Yeah. And then with my little nephews, I tried to play the Santa Claus Catan scenario. And but they were busy, so we couldn't do it. So next week I may do that. Santa Claus Catan. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's just a little mini game that goes with Catan. Nothing that big. Favorite Star Wars EU character of all time? We already discussed it, Kip Duran. Well, thank you, Prime Time. Long live your channel, Matt. Thank you. Thank you, Ham Solo, for not ruining it. What are my thoughts and plans for Twin Suns Foundation? Michael, I don't know. Anderson has his own account. Right on. Let's see. I don't know what Twin Suns is up to next. I think they're taking it easy for the holidays because everyone's asking for money over the holidays. So I think they're taking a break and moving forward. I don't know what they plan next. I know I talk with them. I know I promote all their fundraisers. And I know at one time I was kind of mentioned as being part of their group, but I don't really meet with them as much. They make their own decisions and, yay or nay, we'll go with it. I haven't always agreed with some of their decisions. Not that I think anything they do is wrong. I just I think we should do it this way. But I'm not in charge. That's not me. They'll gladly listen to me every once in a while, but they're welcome to do whatever they want, and I'm going to support them regardless. I think they're a great, great foundation. I think, everyone who works there, because I can't name them all because I'm going to miss someone's name. They're going to be like, oh, really, Matt? I don't do anything? No, Dylan, you don't. I'm just kidding. Dylan does a great job. Brian does a great job. They all do great jobs. Great jobs there. I'm very happy with the Twin Suns. Would I give the new Star Wars movies a chance that the EU was continued? No, and Tanner, it's not that I'm not giving them a chance. Remember, the reason I like Star Wars was because of the books. It wasn't because of the movies. The movies are fine, but the books really pulled me in. And when the expanded universe ended, that was it. That was the only thing I really liked about Star Wars. I asked this question. Someone asked me that question actually while I was in Phoenix last month. And they said, well, if the EU continued, if the books continued, would you watch the new movies? I said, let me tell you, because they thought it was just stupid that I wasn't going to watch the new movies. And so I asked his wife, I said, what's your favorite football team? She said, I'm a huge Cardinals fan. So I said, okay, what if the Cardinals moved to New York and changed their name to the, Rock Climbers or whatever? Would you still love them? And she said, no. I said, okay, would you watch football? She said, no. There you go. There you go. If the favorite thing that you love about a sport or about this or about that, if it goes away, some people, not everyone, but some people will just walk away from it. Even though she loves football, she loves her Cardinals. But if her Cardinals ever move, she's done with football. You can't say, well, you were never really a football fan. Well, yeah, she was. Cardinals fan. But if they took away the only thing that she liked about the sport, her team, then she's done. You think about, I love baseball. If the Mets moved and changed, they'd have to change their name. Like if they went to if they became the Arizona Mets, I'd still love them because they were the Mets. But if they changed their name like the Expos did and changed it to the Nationals, I wouldn't care. And I probably wouldn't care about baseball anymore. I mean, I may still watch the World Series. I may. But, without the Mets as a team, I would lose a big chunk of my interest. Well, thank you, Base Lavic, a.k.a. Matt. You're welcome. All right. Anderson's going to Sonic, hopefully getting me something good. Interested in the animated Miles Morales Spider-Man movie coming up? No. Marvel animation is, for the most part, horrible. Bruce would agree with me on this. DC animation movies. Now, see, this is it. DC animated movies are awesome. Marvel animated movies suck. But you flip that around, and it's the exact opposite. Marvel live action is usually, for the most part, good. And DC, I haven't seen a great film yet. I'd like to say it was the last Christopher Nolan film, but I didn't even like that. So I guess Dark Knight was the last good DC film I liked. What are my thoughts on Luke Skywalker in the Thrawn trilogy? You know what, Michael? I actually, one of my very first videos, when people were saying, when the EU got discontinued, people were saying, great, the only thing good about was Thrawn, the Thrawn trilogy. And I made a video where I talked about the Thrawn trilogy wasn't as good as because I made fun of Luke. And I said, you said that the EU does stupid stuff, but Thrawn, Timothy Zahn didn't. Look at all this stuff. Now, I wasn't really bashing Timothy Zahn. I was just saying, folks, there are silly things in even your favorite novels. There's silly things. There's people talk to me all the time about the silly stuff that's in the new canon. There's some stupid stuff that's in the new canon. That's Star Wars. But it's funny how the people who, made fun of the expanded universe for having all the silly stuff are very quiet when you ask them about the stupid stuff, the really stupid stuff that's in the new canon. Okay? They don't want to talk about that. But the thing is, there's silly stuff around. There is. Have you read the Legends books? Parts out of them almost. It's almost as they. It's almost as if they rewrote them. I'm not really sure what you mean there on that. I've read all the Legends books. Haven't read the new canon books. Someone did tell me. Oh, it's Tony. Tony said that he stopped reading them. That he read the new novels, but he said it's just ripoffs of the old stuff. They were just, stripping stories and characters and slapping them together. And he got tired of reading. Tony, please tell me if I'm wrong. I can't remember if you said this or someone else said this. A watered down version of the EU. I cannot remember if those weren't your words. That's fine. Correct me. But I mean, I know you didn't like it as much and you stopped, but you did give it a fair shot. All right, hold on. Oh, they're pushing the wrong button, Matt. That's why. Do I think they should? Oh, they shouldn't have interfered with Zack Snyder and let him make his own vision. To be honest, did they mess with him with Man of Steel? Because Man of Steel was awful. Did they mess with him with Superman, Batman? Because that was garbage. Except for Batman. I actually like Ben Affleck as Batman. Isn't that weird? That's something that a lot of people complain about, but I think it's the best part of the film, actually. But no, I don't believe his vision. Directors always blame the studio, and sometimes it is the studio. They are correct. But a lot of time, their vision just sucked, period. And the studio couldn't figure out how to fix it, and they goofed it up worse. A lot of times, the studio could be wrong, but no, I think we would have gotten a bad movie either way. Oh, Janus Solo comes out on the 15th. Thank you, Daniel, for that correction. Did I say it came out earlier? Maybe it's not a correction. Maybe you're just informing people, but thank you. Paleon does become a good guy in the end, yes. Uh-oh, whoa. No, did I lose a spot? Okay, hold on. I clicked too far. All right, where are we going? All right, here we go. Oh, man, I'm so far behind. Would I say that Kyle Dutton is my favorite character of all time? Kip Duran. Darn autocorrect. I don't like, well, I maybe shouldn't say that. I don't like live stream video game channels. I know people watch these all the time. I am old, okay, and I don't care about video games. So do not listen to me. But I think that's the stupidest thing, watching someone else play a video game the whole time. I know it's super popular. My brother is doing it now on, Twitch or something, and his friends do it, and they love it. And a lot of people love watching them, but I'm just too old, and I guess I just don't care. I don't know what the big deal is in that. Bah humbug, old man face. If I brought you and Bruce tickets, would you go see Last Jedi with him? Bruce would. I wouldn't. I'd scalp him. Oh, Sony owns Spider-Man. Oh, you're right. What does Fox own? Fox owns something, don't they? They own Fantastic Four and X-Men. That's what they own. Tanner, thank you. I'm so sorry. Got that wrong. Oh, good. Yeah. It's good to be a fan of both Legends and the new canon. That's totally fine. And there's some people, well, but it's totally fine. I was going to go off on something, but I was just going to be repetitive there. My favorite Dark Jedi? I've answered this before, haven't I? I can't remember. Darth Caedus, maybe? Maybe. If they made a KOTOR 3, people would love it. Do I watch any other podcasts, and would you recommend some, preferably Star Wars? No, I don't. I wish there were more. All the Star Wars podcasts, in my opinion, are all the same now. They just want to talk about the latest rumors of Last Jedi and the latest rumors of the next movie coming out and the latest rumors of the next Rebels episode. And they're all the same. That's why I told Bruce Prince of the Universe has to be different. We can't be talking about the new what. Let's talk about something different, because a lot of those podcasts are just the same. But no, I can't. Long story short, I cannot suggest any podcast. But I don't listen to any other podcast. I just don't have the time. I just don't make the time. That's the correct saying. Twin Sons Foundation is a charitable foundation that donates books to children in hospitals, sick children, needy children. They just teamed up with the 501st and did something with them as well. Really, really great charitable, what's their name? Charity Foundation. Yeah. Great. Great place. I talk about them all. Oh, someone actually put them in there. Okay, good. You answered that question for me. I love Twin Sons, and the people there are good too. What's my favorite Sonic character? Oh, from Sonic the Hedgehog? I never played that. I was a Nintendo guy. Have I watched the Punisher Netflix series? Not yet, dadgummit. My wife said she wanted to watch it with me, so it's on hold. But now all she wants to watch in December is Christmas movies. I asked her last night, well, can we please watch Punisher? And she said, no, let's watch Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger from Austria. So, well, I don't know when I'll get to watch Punisher. Probably in January. I don't even know if it's good. Anyone seen it? Is it good? I'm sure it is. Yes, Artie McFly. I did hear what Mark Hamill had to say about the new sequels, that he wished George Lucas would have been involved and his story was much better. Mark Hamill has said a lot lately that people say is he's talking negative about the film. No, he's not. He's just talking negative about Hollywood in general. Like, these movies are nice, those 7, 8, and 9. But to be honest, they're just there to make money. And I mean, he said that. He said that before. And I think he misses the love of it like they had in the original series. And he's not the original trilogy. And so he's not feeling that. And I think he said that there was a missed opportunity in The Force Awakens. He thinks, he's not complaining about it. He said, but he thinks it would have made more sense for Luke to be there with Han in his dying moments since they were close together. I agree. I think that was a missed moment. If that would have happened, and let's say they kept with the expanded universe stories and they killed off Han and everyone got to be around, or bury the body or whatnot. Excuse me, before and Luke wasn't even around for that. I would be complaining. I'd be saying, that's stupid. Why wouldn't Luke be around? Oh, he's a hermit. What is this? But that's neither here nor there. I mean, but Mark Hamill has a lot of interesting things to say. Do I ever go to Comic Vaughn? Yes, Jason. Comic Con? Yes. Another one in San Diego. I couldn't get tickets. I tried this year. I try every year, but I never get tickets to San Diego. But to be honest, I probably wouldn't want to go anymore. But we do. The missus and I have been going to the Knoxville Comic Con for a while. We're not from Tennessee. We just drive out there. I've been to Dragon Con a few times. It's fun, but it's too crowded for me now. And we may go back to the Dallas Comic Con, but I hate the guy who runs that. He is a big jerk. But anyway, but yeah, we've gone to a few. They're fun. Have I ever watched the beautiful masterpiece, The Room? No, but after the Disaster Artist came out, I am interested. I haven't seen the Disaster Artist either. I just knew what it was about. It's like, oh, maybe I should watch The Room. But to be honest, I hate bad movies. I can't laugh at bad movies. I just hate them. I can't enjoy them like some people can. Do you think Wonder Woman was the only good DC movie? No, I think Wonder Woman was decent. It was not good. People said it was good because it didn't suck as bad as the rest of them. I think Wonder Woman sucked the least of any of them. But even Wonder Woman wasn't that good. Have I given my thoughts on Wonder Woman yet? I mean, it was decent, but the girl, the actress, she's horrible. And I thought that in Superman versus Batman. I was like, man, this is a terrible Wonder Woman. She is just like blank the whole time. And the whole thing, the thing I didn't like about Wonder Woman is like, Batman says, you need to tell me your story sometime, Diana. And I'd be cool with the Wonder Woman Batman romance, which is kind of what they're hinting at, I think. I'd be cool with that. But the thing is, if she did all these big things, like she fought a demon in front of a whole, platoon, or heck, a whole squad of men, or probably thousands of people, right? A whole flank of army people, and no one said anything. No one reported that. All the big things she was doing, walking out and clear, across the battlefield with a sword and shield and fighting off the Nazis and everything, and you never heard a story about this. Batman, you are not the world's greatest detective if you don't know who she is. That was big. That was all hogwash. Hogwash. I can't deal with hogwash. Other than that, though, it was a pretty decent film, but it wasn't the best by far. And again, I like Wonder Woman. I just don't. I mean, I love Linda Carter. Hello, Linda Carter should have. She's 60. She would have made a better Wonder Woman than whatever her name is. I didn't like her. Tommy Wiseau wants to direct a Star Wars movie. Let him. Everyone wants to direct a Star Wars movie. Well, we knew that Disney was ignoring George Lucas's side of the story. What's your favorite Star Wars and Marvel movie? Star Wars movie? Return of the Jedi. Marvel movie? Deadpool. I love it. And the thing was, I wasn't a big Deadpool fan before that movie. I hated that everyone dressed up as Deadpool all the time. I was like, oh, whatever. He's not that funny, but the movie was really good. AG-37 is an underrated character, Dan. I would agree with that. Do I have the game called State to State? No, I don't. Never heard of that one. I think a child of Alana is responsible for the assassin droid modified memory of Void Haven policies. Oh, are y'all talking about the okay, that's a conversation when I do my review, Valerie. That's a conversation for my review. That's story-wise. I'll save that one. Can you name all Darth books and movies? All the Darths, all the Siths? No. I can name a few, but I couldn't name them all. Hey, I lost my spot. Oh no! I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't let go of this cursor here. Hold on. Curse me. Anyone remember the name of the short story? Whoa, stop. Anyone remember the name of the short story during the Clone Wars where two Padawans and one was falling to the dark side and then it ended with no follow-up? That was, it was, I know this because it was at the very end of the Clone Wars, right? The Clone Wars had just ended. He became a bad guy. They never hammer, something with a hammer. It's in the Star Wars Insider. Yeah, there you go. Hammer. Maybe it was called Hammer. I don't know. That's what you're talking about, I think. What I think of stop motions? They're okay, I guess. Depends. Gumby rules. I kind of like stop motion is pretty cool. It's okay. I like the music to Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street. I like the music to Nightmare Before Christmas, but I really don't like that movie. Isn't that weird? Do I think Dark Empire hurts Anakin's sacrifice at the end of Episode 6? No, not at all. The Emperor's a clone. He's very weak. He's easily defeated in those comic books. So I don't believe so. Scott Williamson, who are you? I don't know. I don't know who I am. Just some jerk who sits in his house and talks about Star Wars and board games. Boring. Chris, I answered this question yesterday, I think. Do I think there should be a war documentary on Jason Fry's Essential Guide to Warfare? Yes. And Chris, wasn't that Guide to Warfare book awesome? It was awesome. Jason Fry did a great job. How would you hurt Anakin's sacrifice? Oh, wait, hold on. I should go to Salt Lake City. You know what, Ham Solo? I almost did one year. My buddy was going, and he wanted me to go with him. Is that from around Salt Lake City? He actually went to Salt Lake City Comic Con and wanted me to go, but I couldn't. I'm sure it's fun. You know, I've been in Salt Lake City's airport. I had to stop there. Where was I going? I had to stop there for some reason. But I was just in Salt Lake City just for like an hour or so in between flights. I must have been flying to Seattle or something. I don't know. But I would have loved to have visited. Excited for Avengers Infinity War? I guess. It'll come out, yeah. Hopefully it's not too much of a headache, meaning I know they're gonna put all the stars in it, but please give me a story. Please give me a story. Oh, okay. Gil Gadot. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She's pretty. Yes. But it takes more than just a pretty face to play Wonder Woman. I just, is it, I mean, some of you have said, let me make sure before you, okay. Yeah. Some of you agree with me. She's just like, there's just not that much emotion in her. It's weird. That's not Diana, is it? I don't know. The comic books that I read, it doesn't feel like Diana. I read a lot of comic books, Wonder Woman comic books back in the day. And that just doesn't feel like her character. Favorite Sith Lord? Oh, okay. I already answered that question, but those are good picks. What other topics would you want to think off for Prince of the Universe podcast? I have no idea. We weren't even kidding. We're done. I wrote out 2 years worth of podcast ideas. Well, not 2 years exactly, but about a year and a half or something. And we've been using all the ideas, and that was the last one. And we haven't come up with any new ones besides news and stuff like that. So, I mean, I've got plenty. How many have I got planned out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Definitely planned out. So there's going to be plenty coming out, but I don't know, pretty soon. But that's another reason why we haven't gone back to a weekly podcast for either of them. For Prince of the Universe, because we're not running out of topics, but topics are thin, which happens in a podcast. And then for Saturday Morning Sam Flange, I just can't get people together. And I don't want to do that show by myself. I want it to be done with other people. Hey, you know what? Maybe I should bring the mic here. Just realized I had the mic on here. All right. Let me see if I can move this mic around. Since I'm looking at the camera this way, hopefully the mic's not in the shot. Did I care? That's in the shot. That's okay. It's okay. I don't care. All right. So, favorite superhero movie? It's going to be a Batman. Oh, the Adam West Batman movie, by far. Old Republic characters you like the most? Zane Carrick was okay, off the top of my head. Anyone from Tales of the Jedi, Ewan Kel-Kardroma, they were really cool. Tales of the Jedi comic book in general, fantastic. Did they get together? Batman and Wonder Woman got together in the Justice League cartoon. I don't remember that. I have them. Are you the ones where what's his name was the voice of Batman? Doggone it! Why? How did I forget his name? Man, I must be tired. I'll have to go back and see that out. It's interesting. Oh no! I did it again. Hold on. I'm gonna find this spot. Where's my spot? Oh my goodness. I'm so far behind. They need Lobo versus Superman. I love the main man. I love Lobo. Yes. Do I play video games? Not anymore. Used to, but not anymore. Even though I'll be honest, I feel like playing Monkey Ball. I thought about that today. I used to play Monkey Ball a lot. If anyone doesn't know what that is, it's just a little party game thing, but it's really fun. I think I'd like to play that again. I'll probably never play video games again. I have an Xbox that I got fixed like 2 years ago. I've never replugged it back in. Go figure. I would love to, but I just don't have the time. I don't make the time, I should say. People who say they don't have the time, they should say I don't make the time. What's the better robot, R2-D2 or C-3PO? I am a C-3PO fan. My wife loves R2-D2. Yes, I do remember when IG-88 almost took over the Death Star. That was awesome. What are my thoughts on Tahiri if you wanted to continue her legacy? Oh yeah, I love Tahiri as a character. I think she was awesome. Was it Hammer? Was it the Hammer story? You look it up because it's on the inside. But I remember that bothered me too. It was called Hammer. That bothered me too that they never finish it. Why even make something like that and then don't finish it off? I thought it was stupid. Maybe because I wanted it to be finished off, right? Favorite Pixar movie? Toy Story. All three. I guess three if I had to pick one, but Toy Story by far. Was it called Hammer of the Dark Side? I don't know. Thrawn is the most overrated character. He's not overrated, but people blow him up more than what they should, I think. He's not overrated. I like Thrawn. He's a good character. But yeah, when people say Thrawn was the best, I'm like, well, Thrawn was hardly in it. I think they've made some other good ones too. But that's my opinion. I haven't listened. Oh, yes, I have listened to Dark Empire radio dramas. I love them. I think they're great. Those radio dramas were great. Would I go on a canon podcast to debate? I mean, maybe, but to be honest, it's not about the debate. The debate it wouldn't be which one's better. I wouldn't want to do that because that's based off opinion. But I would like to talk about how the EU should come back. I've been on canon podcasts before in the past. I can't remember who those guys are. Chris Sequel put me on his podcast a long time ago. But you know, it's not about debating. I would be on a canon podcast and talk to them about the EU. I don't get an argument with anyone, but yeah, I do that. Ham Solo, they actually had me on a panel at Dragon Con one year. That was a lot of fun. And they asked me back. Star Wars Insider 147. Thank you, Jedi Acolyte. There it is. Wow, we figured that out quick, didn't we? Yeah, I didn't go back the next year for Dragon Con because I didn't. It's just they're getting too crowded. I don't like big crowds, so. You know what, Artie McFly? That's not many people watch my board game reviews, and that's fine. I don't mind that. I know a lot of people aren't board game fans, but this channel was a board game channel before it became Star Wars. And I felt bad for people who watch the board games and were like, "What is he doing Star Wars videos now?" Even though they're the minority now, I still love them because I'm still a board game guy. And I would love to do playthroughs of the board games, like we did when a group came over and we turned on the camera while we were playing zombies. I would love to do more stuff like that. And eventually, when I run out of board games to review, which will be never, got a lot of board games in. But once I do run out, I would like to do playthroughs and stuff. I just know that there's going to be a rule Nazi in there. It's going to be like, hey, you don't play by that rule, or that's not the rule. You change the rule. There are some big house rules. Not big ones. There are some house rules we play on some of our more favorite games. And I know people would be ticked off if I did a playthrough and I was doing the house rule. But I would love to do that. Plus, I have to make sure my group wants to be video recorded. Some of them may not. I don't think they'd mind, but I know some would be like, no. Excuse me, I almost burped there. Or did I burp? Do you want to meet? Do you want to meet the Lucasfilm community headquarters to debate and meet all the expectations of the Star Wars company? I'd love to meet those guys. I wouldn't debate them for anything. I would like to meet them and talk to them and plead my case for more legends. Maybe you know what? I honestly don't see why they wouldn't, because more Star Wars, as I've always said, is great for everyone. But they just need to make sure that they see fans, and they know that we're not going away, but if they see more of us and the movement just growing and more people going, yeah, we want more EU stories, I think they'd happily oblige. My opinion of characters Sate Pestage and Masamita, underdeveloped. Sate Pestage was developed a little bit in the comic books, but underdeveloped, sadly. What Luke Skywalker books would I recommend? What Luke Skywalker books would I recommend? Gosh, anything in the Bantam era was really good, I think, starting with Truce of Bakura and going forward. So those are really good books. But I did like the Bantam era novels for Luke. What Luke books would I recommend? Okay. $2 a.m. in the UK. Why are you waiting up for this dude? Not worth it. But thank you. That's very kind of you. Jedi Acolyte, we could do sci-fi franchises like Star Fox or Halo, but the point is, I mean, well, I know a little bit about Halo, but Bruce knows nothing about those. So he wouldn't be able to comment much on it. Did I read the new Teen Titans? Dadgummit. I lost it. Something about Teen Titans. Kevin Conroy was the Batman animated series. That's correct. Interested in Ready Player One? Sure, but I did not like the book because it was first person. I hate first person. Do I read the new Teen Titans comic books? No. I've read some of the old ones, though. Do you like Cad Bane? Yeah, I do. He was not all of the Clone Wars was bad. Who's your favorite bounty hunter? Oh, it's Forlom. Sorry, it's not Boba Fett. Forlom. I think Boba Fett's awesome, but Forlom as a kid, I always loved him. I thought he was so cool, and he hardly got any love in the EU. But all right, what's your favorite book in the Thrawn trilogy? I don't think I have one. I kind of like them all. Hammer of the Dark Side. That may be it. How would I end the Force Unleashed series? I don't know. I mean, he captures Vader, right? So Vader has to escape. I would definitely kill off Starkiller at the end. I think he would have to die. I mean, it's fine if they want to make Grand Admiral Thrawn. What do I think of making Grand Admiral Thrawn canon with Marvel? That's fine. They can do whatever they want. Remember, they own the rights to all the stuff. And so even though they're pirating ideas from it, they own it, right? You know, they bought the car. If they want to pull off spare parts of it, that's fine. But they got a perfectly good car they could drive off with and make tons of money with. But they just want to pull parts and pieces off of it. It's a shame, but they can do whatever they want. They own the rights to Lucasfilm. Do I meditate? No. I call it napping. What do you do to replace your time? What are you doing to replace the time you kept aside for Star Wars Expanded Universe? Board games. Board games. And doing reviews. When I was reading the books, I wasn't doing reviews. I was nosing a book the whole time. What are thoughts on Marvel creating more Thrawn trilogy comic books next year? Never heard of it, so no comment. Don't know. Don't really care. In the kind sense, don't care. With EA's new screw-ups to both the Battlefront game, do you think Disney will get smart and rebuild LucasArts? They won't. I don't think they will, but they should take it away from EA. I do not like EA. I'm on board with all the video gamers who hate EA. All right, folks, that looks about it. Let me see if I can get a few more. How do you feel when Timothy Zahn went live on Facebook and running the Star Wars show at Lucasfilm Community? Didn't see it. I subscribed. Thank you, Anderson. Do you think Kathleen Kennedy actually cares about the continuity in Star Wars? No, she does not. She cares about making money, and that's what she cares about. All right, so that's it. That's where I'm going to stop right there. I got to pick up the missus. So I dropped her off somewhere for my Q&A. Folks, I had a great time as always. You guys are always awesome. Like I said, this is my favorite time, and this is the busiest time of the month for me. But I'm glad that I could get this done and talk to all you guys. Seriously, what was it? Was it last month? Yeah, I was in Phoenix, and so I got to do like 2 hours. I know everyone was going, "Oh gosh, she's on West Coast time. It's so late here," but I had a blasty blast doing it. And I wish I could do it longer, but of course, I've got a lot going on. And since I won't be doing, well, no, you'll actually get to see me live. Don't forget Saturday Morning Sam Flanch, episode 100, Saturday at whatever time they show up. It will be earlier in the morning. I'm hoping 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Saturday Morning Sam Flanch live is what I'm hoping. If it's just the me and misses, we'll just go with that. But there's one more live coming, more videos coming. Matt's top 100 board games of all time coming out Wednesday and Friday. And then, of course, more expanded universe reviews. In fact, I just recorded a ton of reviews. You'll see this shirt in like 5-6 weeks. I recorded a ton of them because I don't know. I'm going to be pretty busy around the Christmas holiday, so I had to record a bunch of them. And just in case New Year's is busy too, I recorded some there. Now I just got to sit there down and start editing them for hours on end. But anyway, as always, you guys are super cool, super awesome. Honestly, I absolutely love this time to talk to you all. So if I do not get to see you this Saturday, I want you all to have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. See you later.